All right. February. All right. Good morning. Slowly but surely, did I forget my tea? Give me one second. All right. All right. Almost ready to go. Sorry, guys. This is for my Leos today. I had a late workshop, so I may only get one done today. Good morning, Doug. I guess it's afternoon now. Good morning. Welcome. I'm about to start Leo here in just a moment. Action steps for the month of February, ways we can help show up with a little more gratitude, a little more self-love, a little more self-trust. And I had workshops and a bunch of other stuff to do this morning. So we may only get one done today, but we'll try for two, but we'll see how the timing goes. Either way, no harm, no foul. We got lots of time. February is just beginning. So, can I have a self-care card for my Leos? A way they can show up a little more loving, a little more gentle. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. Think about recent kindnesses you've experienced and how they've shifted your outlook. What are some ways you can be kind to others around you today? Welcome, Andrew and Anthony. Welcome. So, yeah, we're learning how to take those kindnesses that have been given to us freely and learn to give them to others as well, which is always, um, now that we've learned how to be kind to ourselves, we're learning how to make sure we're doing it outwardly while keeping ourselves in mind. Welcome, AV and Anthony. Welcome. To experience peace does not mean that your life is always blissful. It means that you're capable of tapping into a blissful state of mind amidst the normal chaos of a hectic life. Yes. And I believe that is true. I'm a Leo too. So um, I'm very much part of this collective. And when we understand that we're learning to find Blaugrana, welcome. If, welcome. What were some ways you experienced peace during the chaos today? Blah, blah. Welcome. Uh, that's exactly it. We're learning, and I actually feel that's very true. We've come to a place where we can find uh, peace even in the chaos. We know how to get back to that sweet space, and we're learning how to share it with others also. And that's the kindnesses that we're kind of giving out to the world, which is really a good thing to do. Good morning, good afternoon, Viola. I keep saying good morning, but I guess it just turned noon. So, welcome, Johnny. So, how can we use this to your dreams need a practical plan and don't let pride get in your way, right? We're learning how to find that center and we're learning how to give that kindness to ourselves and to others without hindering ourselves. We're finding the balance. That's really what I'm getting out of it so far. We're finding the balance. We're knowing how to get back to that place of peace. And it's been slow moving. And it's one of those things where you get stuck in the obligation or the feeling. Leah, Mama Six, and Spikes, and I don't know, welcome. You kind of get caught in the chaos, and sometimes it's hard to find that balance. But it seems that we're finding the bliss even in the chaos. Uh, and you're starting to find joy in the chaos too. The ability to understand that no matter what happens throughout the day, there's always a space where you can say thank you. There's always a space where you can take that extra moment and be kind to someone, give them a compliment, say thank you, hold the door for someone. Simple kindnesses that start with us showing up for ourselves, but in turn, it echoes out to everyone else. Shazan, Frank, Crystal, Jeremy, Grading, and Sidra, welcome. I think it's a good place to be. And I think once we get that and we've learned it, FK, welcome. What do we got here? Share your voice. Yeah, you're learning how to find the calm in the storm. You're figuring it out. You know how to find your place of peace. You know how to share it with others. And now you're learning what your voice means and how actually helpful it is for those that are looking for it, right? Paul E. DeVoe, welcome. And Eleonora, welcome. And that's a big deal because when you understand that not everybody has to like what you have to say, and when you're sharing it, whether people decide to take it or not, it does not matter. Good morning. Just Lizzie. Good morning. Welcome. So, learning how to understand that space that when we share our voice, we're not sharing it expecting something in return. What we are doing is sharing and we're giving it wholeheartedly. And no matter what, at the end of the day, whether somebody picks it up or not is not for us to hold on to. We're learning how to share it, find peace in the fact that we're giving the knowledge and we're giving it willingly. Welcome, Jeff and Dave. I don't know, I saw someone come in, but I don't know who it is. So, good morning. Share your voice. Oh, angel number 76. So for my Leos, if you like your little bit of homework, this is always a good number. Those little questions nagging in the back of your brain that you're unsure whether to do or not do or any of those things. If one of these numbers sticks out, go look up that angel number because it will have an answer for you always. Those questions you're not sure whether to ask or not. Anna Robel, Purple Squirrel, I love that name. Kevin, Muna, Ambrose, and C's, welcome. So come out of the cave, persecution and expression. This is what this is talking about. There's no more holding your voice in. 12:12 on the clock. Alignment, I can't even. Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. You're being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of creative expression. We each hold a truth deep within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it a wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, we also heal the planet at large. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe and call a missing piece of you home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound current on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silenced or held back, chanting or singing could be truly life changing for you. As we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak it, the clearer it gets. There's never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, speak your truth, and share your soul's voice. If you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and that the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. Express yourself, share your voice, and speak to those who can hear you. And you're learning to understand that in doing that, in sharing your voice, you're not holding some expectation with it. You're sharing your voice, just like how a flower blooms. This is one of my favorite kind of examples. Welcome, Mel, and I am blessed. Raleigh, Twink, welcome. When a flower blooms, it just blooms in all its glory. It doesn't wait for someone to tell them it's beautiful or amazing or boost them up, right? We've learned to find that center. We've learned to boost our own selves. We validate our own selves with our own understanding, our own love for our own self, and understanding that every single step of the way, we have to fill our own cup first. And in turn, we can help everybody and their neighbor because we're helping through overflow. We're not expecting something back. We're just understanding that we give wholeheartedly, and we know that the universe is going to bring it back to us exactly the way it's meant to. And it may not be from the same people we're helping. It may come from somewhere else, somewhere way down the line. We're just learning how to be obedient, to trust in the plan, and share our lessons that we've learned in the best way we possibly can. Welcome, Melissa and Dave and G. All right, my Leos, what else have we got going on? karmic relationships and the cosmic heart. Yeah, we're starting to understand. I'm not going to read them both because they're long, but the karmic relationships, we got to understand. Um, the thing that kind of irritates me about the word karmic is everybody just always assumes karmic is bad, and that's not what it is. And even in the bad, and I'm using air quotes because all relationships just are whatever they may be. Welcome, Scarlett and Bentley. Um, they just are, right? And when we understand that they're just the action, the reaction to the action, that's what karma is, right? Um, and when those relationships are bad or not your most favorite, it's because you're learning that there was a lesson to be learned. Because every single encounter we have with people, there's a lesson for us to learn. Welcome, Saunderson. And when we take that and we understand that those karmic relationships aren't always bad, we're learning to understand, find the lesson in every encounter, how to use that to motivate us to do better. A Sean, a KBG, and I'm not sure the flag. Welcome. I'm not sure what your name is, but we'll just call you Flag for now. Welcome. And then we have the cosmic heart, but this one stood out. So this is the one that we'll look up the angel number 4 first of all, because that's a good one. 48. Yeah. That's the karmic and the balance. It's like a karmic rebalancing. That's the best way to put it. We're understanding that everything was for a reason. Everything we learn, everything we do, there is a reason. And exactly who needs it is going to get it exactly when they need it, because that's what God does. That's how the universe weaves its magical web. And it's not for us to micromanage. And we're learning to trust that everything that comes in our way, comes to our path, is always going to be something that we can learn from. Welcome, Amina. So learning how to do that and then treat ourselves first and foremost, ourselves with that love. It's obviously going to translate in the future, right, to everyone else we deal with. Welcome, Susie and East and Prince. Okay, so we have the cosmic heart. What did I say? Angel number 48. If it pulls at you a little bit, go have a look at it. I promise you there's going to be a little answer to those questions in the back of your mind. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. When you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all of life. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm feeling. Like everything's easy breezy, and it doesn't mean simple. It's just you're learning how to understand, find the lesson, figure it out, and just flow. Put in the work that you've already been learning, the things that you're understanding, all of the lessons, you're putting them together, and you're understanding how and when to pull from them so you can just flow. And it is such a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful feeling. That's like the place of peace, right? It's like the space where everything can just be and flow as it needs to be. And you don't feel rushed. You don't worry about the past. You're not freaking out about the future. You're here in the present, and you're loving that place, and you're finding that the more you're there, the better off you are. And it's a really, really good feeling. My Leos, I am proud of you. All right. When you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all of life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within to the intelligence of your own heart, to bow with deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a bit off kilter lately, sensing that the potency of why you're doing things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at the very center of your heart, to get back to the essence of what you're about, to devote your life to what you care most about, to turn your gaze deep, 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 deep. There are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul seeds and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive rather than what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. How can you make your life a moving prayer? And it is very, very simple, right? Finding that flow state and doing what brings you joy. You've been doing it. You're finding that flow. And it's not so before you were already finding it, you were doing the work for it. But the ability to kind of stay there was the struggle. Now you're working the balance and saying, no, I can actually stay there longer and longer. The more I'm present, the more I focus on the here and now, the longer that place of peace can exist. Welcome, Bahar and Jenny. Oh, Vars, good morning. Jofi, welcome. And the goat, welcome. So that's a really good place to be. And I think that people don't get enough credit for finding that place of peace because that is the place that people work their whole lives to get there. And understanding that and putting in that kind of faith and time and commitment in yourself is something you should be damn proud of. Let me tell you that. Can I have one creativity oracle for my Leos? Something to focus on in February, help them get back to that creative space. Always getting two on these. Secrets and contests. Conceal plans and actions from those not ready to accept you as you are. You don't have to tell them your whole story. You don't have to tell them all your plans. Hervé, welcome. Daniela, welcome. Also, angel number 23, have a look. If it calls to you, have a look. Yeah, you don't have to tell them everything you're doing every step of the day. 12:21 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Understanding that every single thing that we do doesn't have to be broadcast until it's ready, right? I have a lot of things I'm working on too. And if I told you all of them, then what happened if I had to pivot or change? Then I'm going to beat myself up for not doing it properly or for switching it up when it's still in construction mode, right? Brooklyn Moon, welcome. So understanding that gives you space. It gives you freedom to be yourself, to learn, to grow, adjust, and pivot without having to answer to anybody, which you should never have to do in the first place. So it's not about you're learning what to keep close to your chest and what to express, what to share, and there is a balance there. And it's okay to have that balance and say, no, I'm not ready just yet. I want to make it. It doesn't have to be perfection, but it has to be. It has to be ready. We have to have it together. We have to have our practical plan, right? We have to have our practical plan, and we're understanding that. So we want to make sure we're laying it out properly. And of course, lovely Leos, we don't want to let our ego get in the way. We want to make sure we're doing it from the right space, from the space of clarity and integrity and all of those good things. And then, of course, we have contests. Angel number 74, good number. Be yourself and be yourself fully, and you are without compare, a true winner of the only contest that matters. That's right. We trust that we're doing what we do, and nobody can do it like us. We don't need to compare. It's not a competition. And if we're going to compete with anybody, it's going to be who we were the day before, which is, guess what? You always get to win every single time. Athena 73, welcome. I love that name. A something. I think that's an A or a J. My Lord, I'm blind. Welcome. So finding that balance is a really good space. And this is my new deck I just got to. And I really liked it because it always kind of says it has like the sun and moon signs, but it also has kind of like what to focus on, which I always think is really great for how I like to focus on things. Certain things we can focus on to move forward in a stronger, more beneficial space for the month, right? B. Franklin, Lily, welcome. Anita, welcome. And Coco Caramel, welcome. All right, so can I have one of these before I pull my Beyond Lemuria? One for my Leos. What are we focusing on? Believe in yourself. Yeah, you're finding the space that is moon in Aries. We're finding our courage. We're understanding even when we're worried, even when things feel kind of out of whack or chaotic, we're figuring out the practical plan, right? We know how to make it. We know how to keep our cards close to our chest, not because we're having some big secret, we're understanding that in doing that, we allow ourselves space to adjust for our own selves. Hi, the Hen House. How are you? You've been doing some work too. I can see I'm a Leo, and we all know we're doing well, by the way. I'm going to give you a quick recap because I got through this pretty quickly, but I want to do you a little recap. So, this is my favorite part. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. Okay. So, again, think about a recent kindness you've experienced and how they've shifted your outlook. What are some ways you can be kind to others around you today? Uh, Yes. And so we've learned to find that center, right? This is what it is. To experience peace, this is my favorite part because this is where the work has been being done, and this is where we're finding the balance. And I don't know if you feel it, but I certainly feel it. Um, no matter what's going on, there's this balance, and it's like the more balance we get, the more that space of peace opens up for us, and it's really, really. It's like you wake up and you know whatever you got to do. You have a whole list of things, but you're like, if I stay here now and I don't worry about this and worry about this, and I take my one task at a time, here now I'm working on it. We know how to create that space. And in doing that, we're expanding time to do it. Raccoon, good morning. The hen is in the house. I know, I love that name. Uh, so, to experience peace does not mean that your life is always blissful. It means that you're capable of tapping into a blissful state of mind amidst the normal chaos of a hectic life. And I don't know about you, but I have definitely been doing that. Does Jay love me a lot? I don't know, but if you have to ask me, it's not a good sign. Communication and trust is the biggest part of love. So, and I don't know who Jay is. I'm pretty damn sure they didn't ask for me to get in their energy. So um, I follow the universe and I follow God. And peeking in people's windows, energetic or not, is not something that I would do. But if you want to know, you should probably ask the person uh, that you want to love you. Welcome, Stephanie. I'm legit ready to explode. Why? Okay, hold on. I gotta catch up. I felt more grounded. Right? Me too. It's like we released all the crap. Oh, that's part of it too, because we're not letting pride keep us from our practical plans. Pardon me. So I don't know if you can see it. This camera will get better, but we're learning how to create that practical plan without overwhelming ourselves. We're learning what to keep close to our chest, right? We're understanding that it's not that we don't want to do it, it's that uh, we know that we're in construction mode, we're in construction phase. So as we're building, we don't want other people's input right now. There's going to be times when we ask those kind of things, but because my life is a disaster. Oh my lord, what is going on? And whatever you can share, if you feel comfortable, I give really good advice. I'm also a good listener, and if there's things that I can do to help, I definitely will. Yes, I've had a rough probably 10, but I'm finally finding that balance. Yanda, welcome. Um, Caroline, I don't know, and I can't ask about other people. You got to ask about your own life. And if you want Monica to forgive you, then you should reach out and talk to her. That's the only way it's going to ever work. Corey, welcome. And Belly, welcome. Okay, then you have Hen that is just killing it. Yeah, we're that balance is really great. Yeah, I don't know. You're doing amazing, I think. I was just running through all of your lives too, and I'm like trying to get work done, and I was stopping. I was actually doing work, and then I'm watching your lives, and then I got stuck on the flame watching you do the work. So when I tell you you're doing amazing things, and even though sometimes it feels chaotic, you gotta find. You can't worry. You can't worry about what's going on. Uh, the one thing that is going to create is more and more worry. So you're building. You're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I think you probably noticed it. I noticed that last night when I was looking, which is fantastic, by the way. It is such this balance of me drowning and hey, but that's what you think. That's what you feel, right? So how about you say to yourself and start saying it, speaking it out and saying, um, you're not barely keeping your nose above water. I am overcoming. I am actively managing all of these things in my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, and I'm finding balance. I'm making friends and I am creating amazing things that are going to be shared with the world. Don't speak your negativity in, right? And I know sometimes it's frustrating, but at the same time, if you can learn to just kind of reframe that perspective, because even if your nose is above water, you're still breathing. And like my taxes are due in 5 days and I have $7. Uh, wait a minute. How long does it take? Because I actually want to have order, but I think it's not till Monday I can put the order in. But I will be ordering, really, for real. I have a couple things. I'm trying to get positive and look forward to wonderful things. Yes, there's so many things. Don't worry about those things. And from now on, the biggest thing you can do is say, God, I'm doing every single thing that I possibly can. So now I need you to start weaving your web, and I'm going to leave it to you, right? And believe in yourself. Even if you're not a Leo, if you are, it doesn't matter. You're finding the courage to take trust. Uh, it's too late for 5 days away. What's too late? Nothing's ever too late. And taxes, whenever they're due, you can always go back and do them. You just got to find communication. Will Maroon reach out? I don't ask for other people's energy. Right now, we're doing Leo energy. And any single question you ever ask me about somebody else, your answer for me is always going to be, I don't know. You have to talk to them. And the reason is because I don't peek into people's energy. It's okay to be stressed. Release it, vent it, speak it out, and say, I'm letting it go. I used to be so bad. My biggest hindrance was I can't, writing and journaling didn't work for me because the same thing. I have to speak it. I have to actually speak it out to release it. And that's part of my process. That's how I talk it back to myself and understand it. And when, oh no, it's just because I don't get paid till Monday. I already know what I'm ordering. I've got it picked out. I just, I have to wait until money allows for it, right? Because I can't not pay my bills and order things. So I have to make sure, like how I'm speaking of, I'm finding the balance. I love to do the things that I do, uh, but I also have to take care of me first, right? And before I would just do it and then try to figure it out later and put myself in a spiral. And now I've learned that I can still do those things if I do it appropriately and carefully, right? So, there's no rush. I'm not rushing for you or any of those things. I'm ordering because I genuinely want to order, first of all. Um, and second, the way things will start coming in and the way uh, things will provide, uh, you just have to have a little faith because you have the confidence. You've definitely been doing the work. Okay. But you got to get out of the worry and stay in the present because right now everything is okay, right? Everything is okay. You're here, you're breathing, you have a roof over your head, you have food, you have everything you need. And if you can just start saying thankful, thank you, I'm okay, everything's good, I promise you, it's going to start showing. More people are going to show to your lives. Uh, I can't even explain to you how it will start showing, but I promise you, even if you 1 week of starting your day saying nothing is going to worry, everything is okay today, I promise you so much, it's going to change your outlook, and you're going to be like, what the hell just happened? I promise. Um, the hen house and I were talking about it. We've kind of worked through those worries and anxieties, and it's not just us. Like Leos, that's kind of what's going on in the energy. We have found that space, and when you can find that space of peace where you're not upset about the past, not worried about the future, we get to expand this place of peace, and we're finding that balance. It doesn't mean life doesn't life. It just means in the chaos, we're learning how to find that peace, and that's a really exciting place to be. And this is, what were some ways you experienced peace during the chaos today? It just has to be small things. And I'm not trying to give you hell or preach to you. I'm just really literally trying to say, the cosmic heart. This is, your life is a walking testimony. Every single thing you do, say, and make is testimony to your life lived, to your dreams, your goals, all of those things. Um, every situation is a learning situation. And this is my favorite one, okay? You're learning to share your voice, and you're learning to share your voice uh, exactly the way you want to. Sorry, this camera's shitty. Uh, you're learning how to share your voice. And if you came for this message, I promise you, even if you say I'm not a Leo, there's something in this message for you. It's to find that peace, it's to center yourself. And you have been doing the work. Put that confidence. People should be lucky to order from you. Your stuff is amazing. And trust me, I'm not doing it because I think you need it. I'm doing it because I damn well want it. uh, but I have to do my needs before my wants, right? So yeah, I know that's a it takes what it takes. You have to understand that, and don't ever let someone tell you when, oh, you should feel better by now. Oh, you should be this. Don't ever do that, and don't ever let someone tell you that. If they ever tell you that, you tell them to F off, plain and simple. You just don't even bother. Um, it takes what it takes, what it takes. I've dealt with grief and trauma and betrayal, and uh, I could tell you things that would just blow your mind. Absolutely. I probably have videos on here that talk about some of the stuff that has happened just in the last few years that nowhere near that kind of grief, but there's many different forms of it. And when I begin to explain to you that how you handle it is how you handle it. Um, and the only thing I want to try and promote to you is as you're handling it, celebrate yourself, because when you show up and you're doing the work, it doesn't matter how it is. You're finding that balance. You have to feel it, you have to understand it, and you have to celebrate yourself because you're showing up every damn day. You're a fucking superhero. That's what you are. Because you show up every day and you're trying to heal it, and it's not something that just goes away. It's never going to go away. But you're learning how to live with it, how to show up, how to stay balanced, and you're creating beautiful art, and you're sharing that kind of love and amazingness with the world. So it might be slow right now. It is building. I can see it's building, but I promise you it's going to be so much bigger than you could ever imagine. So just be proud of yourself, show up, and yeah, it's something I don't have the words to possibly express how deeply uh, I wouldn't even know how or where to begin. So just the fact that you show up every day and you're as kind and caring as you are, and supportive to your friends, the people, all of us people, shows your character. It shows the person you are. And I promise you, it's going to balance out. And that's the voice. That's the exact voice that needs to be shared, right? Sorry. That's the voice that needs to be telling the world exactly how strong and amazing you are. I promise you. Don't cry. Don't do it because you'll make me be sobbing like a baby. I don't tell lies. I tell you that I can only tell you from my experiences. And that's the one thing that I never have experienced. And that's probably about the only thing that would break me till the end of the earth. Like, I don't even know what else to say. So the fact that you show up is amazing. What was that? I launched my parents' visitor today for Canada. Will the visa be approved? Oh, you applied for it? Give me 1 second. I will do that one for you because we're not asking about someone else's energy. Okay, whenever you need to vent, whenever you need a moment, shoot a message. Go watch. You can always go watch. You know what? The best thing too, go watch some of my earlier videos. I don't know how far back they are now. They'd be 2024. Uh, but I went live on TikTok for 30 days straight, just like Miss TT did. But I posted them on my YouTube, and I put on my little honey turmeric face mask, and that's how I had to commit to self-love. I started doing it. I committed to myself, and those small little acts of kindness to yourself will create big ripples. And it's cheap because I didn't go buy masks. I made little homemade things, simple things that can be doable over and over and over. Okay, what was your name again, sweetie? Basilka, welcome. You asked about the visa. What was your name? Sorry, I'm trying to scroll up, but Alyssa. Okay. Well, Alyssa, that came out quickly. It says yes, and it says I can't count. 3, 6, 9, 10 of cups. So that is your family, right? You're talking about your family. do the work, show up. It says yes. That's a good sign. And I will always pull a card for something like that because you're not asking about your family's energy. You're not asking about someone else's energy. You're asking about something that you're really looking forward to. And if you're putting in the work and you're doing things the right way, it's always going to show up for you. I wasn't talking to you. Uh, Bang Jordan, M. Jordan. Okay. I think punishing oneself, it's the, okay. So, and that's, so here's the thing. We've learned to do that. Uh, it's been programmed into us since we were children. Since we were children, we have this big thing that we have to uphold and these expectations. And that's why I talk about it like I do. I preach, people kind of make fun of me sometimes, but I live like this. I'm not always sweet and kind. I'm brutal, blunt, honest, but at the same time, I'm kind, right? I'm that person that's going to tell you sometimes even what you don't want to hear. And then I'm going to feel bad, even if it was something that you didn't want to hear. But I'm going to feel bad. But at the same time, because I'm a people pleaser, right? Or I was a people pleaser. But what I found out was I was doing that. And then there came a point where I was building a resentment because I'm helping. And my stuff is going to the wayside and nobody's giving a shit. And finding that balance was a hard walk. And trust me, I had a lot of losses along the way. I had a lot of things that I had to deal with by myself, not just by myself. Well, people were betraying me, while they were kicking me while I was down, while they were laughing at me, all kinds of things. Learning how to understand the way to manage that is a process. It is something that happens that no matter along the way, when you're trying to do it, find that one thing that works and you can go back to it. Eventually, there'll be more and more tools, but finding what works, just like how you found making your glass. I don't know if that's a new thing or not, but it's something that allows you to focus your time. And that's a tool. That is a tool for your tool belt. It's your something that brings you joy, something that brings you peace, right? He's what? Telling them I'm walking. Yeah, the memories, but you gotta reframe that a little bit. And sometimes it's easier said than done, but those memories, right? Those memories are joyful, right? That's the times where uh, you could feel the love. And when you're seeing those memories and you're feeling them, I think a lot of it is when they do come up like that, it's for you to understand that if you can focus on the good, because those memories, they only bring sadness because they're not there anymore. But while those memories were happening, they were joy and they were happiness, and they were the best part of your life, right? So now you look at those memories and you feel sadness and grief. And I'm not saying not to do that, but what I'm saying is when you can refocus that a little bit and say, man, that was such a great time, and find that joy, you got to understand when those memories pop in your head, that's your son saying, I'm here. I'm walking beside you. I'm holding your hand. I'm here supporting you, and I love you. And when you do that, those dreams and those memories become a place of joy, that they're not a place that you're afraid to visit anymore. And it takes time. It's not something that's going to be like, oh, it's going to hit. But when you can learn to do that and go to those, you're not afraid of those memories anymore. Those memories are going to bring you joy. They're going to bring you so much joy and gratitude that you got to have those memories, that the grief slowly dissipates, right? It's always going to be there. But once you begin to understand that there's not just this timeline, there is a million timelines going on at the same time. Okay, so for every decision you ever made, the opposite, the other chances, the other things that you could have decided, there's a timeline for each one of those. And when we understand that, when you feel that little hug, when you feel certain numbers, your son's birthday, these things that start popping up all the time randomly, they're not there for anything but for you to understand that we see you connecting to us. The universe sees you, your angels see you. And when you start understanding and trusting that, those are the spaces. You just start feeling this like moments where you have this big warm hug. Those are your places of peace. And those are the places where you get to understand that's my son walking beside me. That's my son. Like, it's there, and sometimes it's scary because you're not sure how to accept it, or you don't want people to think you're crazy. Trust me, I've been through all that. But it's not what people think. You'll know, you'll feel it in your heart and in your soul. You will absolutely feel it. Good morning, local. And when you do, that's not for us to understand. It's not for anyone but you to understand. And it's exactly how it's meant to connect with you. I promise you 1000%. And those memories are going to become a place of joy and not a place of fear for grief. And that's where your peace is going to be. I trust me, it took me a long time to get here, my friend. A long time. Aviva and Hopeful Unstoppable Ab. I like that name. Welcome. Roger, welcome. And local, I'm so sorry. I was just talking away. I didn't mean to ignore you, but sometimes I have a message that I have to get out, and I'm supposed to be talking about Leos and our balance. But I'm telling you, Raccoon, what I'm telling you right now was meant to come out the way it came out. And if you go back and look at some of my older videos, I mean, if you listen, you can hear the grief, you can hear the trauma, you can see it. I didn't just get here and like I'm not somebody that says, "Hey, I'm amazing and I've been this way my whole life." You know, I always had a good heart. I always had a pure heart, just like I'm sure you always did. That doesn't mean that trauma didn't hinder something we did. It didn't make us see things from a different filter. And the only thing that I'm trying to suggest in any way, shape, or form is that if we can change that filter from trauma to gratitude to understanding to the lesson uh, that we're meant to learn, the gifts that we were given in those moments, it changes the whole way that we balance our lives. Henna Bang, Henna Bang. Some of these names, welcome, hello. If I butcher your name respectfully, I don't mean to. I just can't keep up. All right, can I have one of these? And I have a feeling we're talking about this balance, this place of peace. And the hen house knows what I'm talking about for us Leos. It was a long time to get here, and I promise you, you're going to get here. And you probably already have spaces of those. And I believe that most of the time, when it's that space of peace, is right when you're in the middle of your work, right? When you're in the middle of doing, making your glass pieces, right? So, and that's a tool. It's a tool. That's how you start, and it's turning into your purpose. Look at all the things you have for sale. Look at your channel has almost 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, you get chills because it's meant to teach you things. It's meant to show you that no matter in all of it, the ability to be grateful for those moments. I've been through some grief where I should be just devastated, and sometimes it does hurt my heart, and sometimes I have to reframe and talk to myself and say, hey, everything's going to be okay, right? Or we overcame it and we figured it out. But if it keeps coming up, it's because there's something that we're meant to see in a different light, right? It's just about seeing. It's still the same, but when we look at it and we find the different light, the different perspective on it, that's when we create a space, and that's where we create peace in all of the situations. I will use points right now. What does that mean? I'm seeing of hyping his channel. Yeah, are you kidding me? Like, sorry, I read slow, and when I'm talking, like rereading and talking is probably not a good idea. I'm not doing joins right now. I'll come on a day maybe where we can do that. But I'm doing Leo's here, and I'm on YouTube. I have both of mine going, so I like to do mine sort of interactive so I can. I already answered you, Alyssa, and I said yes. If that's your family, the answer was 10 of cups. Cows, welcome. Yeah, they are hyping this channel. Yeah. Oh, my channel? No, not my channel. Raccoon's channel, yes. But yes, this is I talk the way I talk because I'm what they call the lotus flower. I've been in the dirt for so long. It took me so long to understand and where people are supposed to have support. Gogag, hello. Where people are supposed to have support, I had a lot of betrayal. And it's not a cry, woe is me. What it is I learned how to do it myself. And at the same time, you know what happens? You become hyper independent. And then, you know, the hardest thing for me was, I'll tell you, when my healing process, it wasn't being kind. I was kind to everybody, too kind sometimes. Uh, but I was so used to having to do it by myself and people hurting me, hindering me. I mean, traumatically and emotionally, all of the ways. When someone actually did kindness for me, I couldn't even speak it out. I'd say thank you, but I was such a mess. I'm blubbering. I can't even talk about it to people because it devastated me so much. Because learning to deserve, to understand you deserve kindness is, it's a whole thing. Thank you so much. It is a thing that takes a long time to accept. And when you learn to accept that, it comes to a different space. And I think a lot of times we hinder ourselves and we hide ourselves because we're just afraid. We're afraid of what people are going to think. And when we stop doing that, like, look, you decided to start doing your art. I'm picking on you again, Raccoon. Sorry, but you started to do your art and you said, this is what I'm going to do. And I love doing it. And I'm just going to turn on my camera and I'm going to, you know, sometimes you're worried, oh my goodness, I'm not talking enough. But really, people are there to see you do your art and, of course, to hear your stories. But just you doing that is you sharing your gift. And when you learn to understand that, you're trusting yourself, right? You've built that confidence, and it's okay to be proud of that. Not so proud that you can't learn or listen or take advice. You don't have to take all advice, but hear it, process it, understand it. You're never gonna get that answer from me, honey. I'm not here to tell somebody's tea or peep in anybody's windows. I don't tell the future. I tell you ways you can show up with more love. And if you have to ask me if your husband is cheating on you, then the communication is, and that's the first thing you need to work on. I love you. I hope it's not true, but if you're asking me, maybe ask your husband. Give him the opportunity to speak to you. From the first day I met you, I knew you were a piece of my puzzle. Aww. You have to understand, when I tell you I was on here since 2017 and I had 7 subscribers and nobody would even watch my stuff. And I put on tons and tons of videos. I was putting in the work and nobody was showing up for me. But I was also so convinced that everybody must hate me or I must be doing something that's not worthwhile. I was so utterly convinced that I was hindering my own self. And it wasn't until I finally said, F this, F everybody, in the nicest way, but I'm doing what I believe. And yes, I'm that cheerleader, haha, you know, sweet and kind and all those things, but I'm not stupid. I will stick up for myself like no other. But at the same time, I learned I don't have to change who I am. And if people don't like that, and if people can only take it in small doses, that's a them problem, not me. And yeah, like I think you're starting to see that too. And slow and steady. I'm going to be monetized this year. You watch. You guys are all going to be celebrating. Look at them all came out. Reclaim your energy. Yeah, that's exactly what we learned to do. Handhouse, you still in here? Does this sound right to you? Because I bet it sounds right to me. When you're yourself, wholeheartedly yourself, your confidence, your courage, all of that rises up. You know how to share your story however it works for you. Whatever works for you, not anybody else. Do it your way. And if they like it, they participate. If they don't, kick rocks. With love, but kick rocks. Beauty by Lenny. I love that name. Welcome. And Celine, welcome. Angel number 4224. So we're doing some mirrored numbers here, which means just not the numbers themselves, but just the mirrored numbers like that means when we check in, okay, we're mirroring. Okay, so when people are mistreating us or badly, then the universe will always show us 1,000 times more of something, even if we do it in a minute manner, something very small, because the idea is to teach us, right? And these lessons are meant to teach us how to show up. And sometimes maybe it's just showing up a little more loving to yourself. Maybe it's boosting yourself, speaking more confidently. Just like when on your videos, when you're like, oh, I'm worried about this, you don't got to worry about nothing. You're doing amazing. I love watching your stuff. I had your videos running all night, and then I was like, stop, you have to go to sleep. So I left some of them running, the longer ones, for watch hours. But I'll tell you what, I woke up and I was stuck this morning, and I'm trying to get my daughter for school. I'm like, oh crap, I'm in trouble. Like, get your butt together. So my birthday is 2/22. Okay, so do you know what? Oh, so your balance. Do you understand your walking balance? That's a portal, first of all. Um, the 222 portal. But what you need to understand about that is your balance. But to understand balance, you have to understand both sides of the coin. And learning to find that balance is the place of peace. And yes, that means you've probably had a very chaotic life. It means that your lessons have always been in extremes. I don't know how better way to explain it, but everything, it's never been, I barely missed or whatever. It's been always life and death, survival mode, that kind of thing. Uh, a balance of extremes. And that is your whole goal, is to learn to find that balance, which is what I speak of, which is why clearly you've aligned with me 1,000%, because I had to learn my whole life. So, just keep following along. I promise you, if there's anything you struggle with, I've either had experience about it or very clearly we have things to teach each other, right? So I have an S on my back right in the middle. You do? Is it just in your skin? Is it a tattoo? I must have missed something. Hold on. Balance of extremes. The S is well, it's close to an infinity symbol, but welcome Bella and Nova Scotia and Randy. Oh, no tattoo. It's just the way it shapes. I have marks like that too. The thing is, a lot of mine. So now I don't know which side is this side. This side. I have scars, and it used to be. Uh, they won't go away. I've tried, but I used to have marks like that too. I have birthmarks, but they actually go darker. Like when I tan, it'll be like this spot. One was a cloud, and one was something else. But yeah. We have that. And when we look into those things, have you ever just Googled it, what that would mean? It doesn't mean that that's the exact answer, but those little things to kind of Google, they'll give you a lot more information than you would think. I miss Hen House. What'd she say? You should. And it doesn't mean that they're all the right answer. What it just means is when you start getting curious about those things, because there is a message in it always. Um, like when I tell you divine timing, yesterday when I was doing the readings, um, it kept coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4 is divine timing. That is, you start seeing that everywhere. That's what it means, right? Divine intervention, divine timing, pay attention, trust, right? And I was literally dreaming about it the night before, and I couldn't stop. It was every time I woke up, everything that happened, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, divine timing. Everything's gonna happen in its time, and it was like driving me nuts. I'm like, what does it mean, right? Um, and then Goga asked me to do the interview. I still have lots of things to learn for February. Things that are happening, things are falling into place exactly the way they need to be. Um, and Hen House, like, I know you feel what I feel. We're starting to sit in that flow, and we're trusting it's coming the way it's coming, exactly when it's supposed to come. And the people that are meant to find us are finding us. And it's because we've been working our entire butts off to find these spaces, and we are literally trusting that now what comes is the good. We've been dealing with the bad and fighting through the struggles. We're not letting the negativity get us. We've really been busting our ass, right, to focus on the benefits and the positives and all of the good things. Just like there's always a message in a bottle. There's everything is a message, and that is the whole where'd it go? The karmic relationships. Okay, that doesn't. Everyone is like karmic relationships. Oh my God, that's bad. It's not. Karmic is the reaction to whatever action, right? So Learning the lesson. It's just learning lessons. Every cycle is a lesson. Then you upgrade to a new cycle. We're on Earth School. We're here to learn. That's what we're supposed to do. You did hit it? Yes. Congratulations. I knew you were close. I think I commented you were like 990. Way to go. If y'all are on YouTube, go look up my friend Mental Raccoon Glass. He makes beautiful glass art, and the lives are wild. Go over there and start following some of my people because they're amazing. Yeah, I'm so happy for you. That's fantastic. Okay, I got to read this or I'm going to be running late to get my kid. So, when we embrace an energy aware lifestyle, we start to notice when we feel drained or ungrounded. We may feel flat or out of our center after spending time with certain people or places. Our energy is our responsibility, and how we give it away becomes a conscious choice as we step into empowerment. But what about the fragments of self we gave away before we came to this awareness? Yes, it is possible to recover and restore yourself to wholeness. In shamanic practice, recapturing and reunited with lost fragments of ourselves is called recapitulation. I dreamt of this last night. Wow, that's interesting. Even when we become aware of the patterning that unnecessarily chews up our energy, we may feel drained by certain people or situations. When we grow our awareness further and take note of the triggers, we see it as all is always our choice where our energy goes, although it might not feel that way. We may feel we need to give to the people we most care about in a way that depletes us. We may hold a subconscious sense of obligation to others or belief that our own needs cannot be met until we have taken care of everyone else. We may run ourselves ragged, meeting deadlines, keeping customers happy, living up to expectations, or ensuring we have everything our children require from us. Like, who doesn't do that, right? Many of us expend energy through drama, self doubt, self sabotage, anxiety, and fear. Sometimes we sense we are giving too much, but cannot see exactly how it is happening, or that our effort may be unproductive, even counterproductive. But it doesn't have to be like this. To claim more time and energy for yourself, look at what is and isn't serving you. You may need to make changes in your external environment. More often, the most effective change will be to your perception of self. What beliefs and learnings serve you? What fear based and limiting expectations are keeping you from your power? Consciously choose to align yourself with ideas that serve you, and suddenly you will have a lot more energy for the meaningful, inspiring parts of your life. You will also have improved presence and more for your loved ones. We become aware of our patterning through self awareness. By observing the observer, we can broaden our perspective of how and why we react to certain stimuli. This understanding helps us untangle ourselves from drama. We can distinguish what is relevant and real to us in the here and now from outdated stories. Sorry, my reading is horrible today. Instead of reacting when we feel triggered, we can peel back the layers of those moments and claim greater understanding of ourselves and the myths we have unwittingly subscribed to or that others have ascribed to us. Meditation can help us explore and take responsibility for our internal dissonance. Anything that takes you out of the busyness of your mind can heighten your perspective so you can see the bigger picture. There are other contributors to energy depletion, such as not having enough healthy food or sleep. Diet and lifestyle are usually easier to rebalance than our self beliefs. Illness and environments that affect self esteem or where our soul does not feel at home or safe are other factors. We may need outside help to reclaim our energy, but having an awareness of what is required is a step closer to being able to fix the problem. It can start the healing process. When you're going through tough times, doing something that makes the soul rejoice, even something small, is extremely helpful in boosting your energy levels. This card encourages you to be aware of where your energy is going. If you are not at your optimal energy level, it invites you to consider the core of why this may be. You are the power to your own energy and choose where to direct it. Look at situations that trigger drama and anxiety to reduce energy loss. Detach from environments or people that are not healthy for you. It is up to you to make the shift. Victim mentality is no help, so realize you have the power to transform your life and choose healing and self empowerment. It's time to kickstart the upward spiral to abundant energy and soul presence. And I'm telling you right now, that's exactly what you're learning to do. And that's what I've been learning to do. I've been busting my butt finding the balance. And I've learned where my energy feels good, where it feels loving. And I take time out and understand if it doesn't feel that way, I know when to pull myself back. And you're absolutely right. It's not always easy. It takes time and it takes practice and it feels yucky and it feels weird. Healing is the grossest thing in the whole world. It's gross. It's yucky. It's exhausting. Uh, you cry a lot. You feel yucky. You feel unbalanced. You feel dysregulated. But you know what else happens when you get through it? You feel empowered, confident, strong, centered, peaceful. I'm telling you right now, when you learn where to choose your energy, and sometimes I'm going to tell you something. When you're doing your lives, I'm not telling you to shut them down or anything like that. But when you start feeling things and you feel, how's the best way to put it? If you start feeling drained, like if you've been pretty good, pretty even energy, and you're feeling drained, uh, get yourself a little small, it doesn't matter, anything. I'm just going to use my little worry stone. This is just jade, right? Get yourself something to give the negative energy to, right? And you're going to say, I feel drained. I feel the negative energy. And you can just literally say, I call my power back. Because sometimes people, and speak it, literally speak it. So when you're sharing your energy, just like this interaction here, I'm giving you my energy. Okay. I'm allowing you to take whatever of it you need to fill up your cup, right? To take what's missing. So when I do that, there's going to be times where in the moment I'm giving it to people, but we always call it back, right? When we're projecting, when we're feeling jealous, we're projecting onto people. When you're giving things, you're allowing them to take it and they can take what they need. And learning the difference is also hard. And if you feel drained like that, a lot of times it's because you're feeling other people's energy, which means you're an empath, which is a trauma response at the end of the day. It's a gift, but it is a trauma response. And when we learn to understand that, it changes a lot. Unexpected shift. Yeah. This is the number for Leos, and that makes so much sense. 0505. Again, this is not the mirrored number, but they're same numbers doubled. But when you have the mirrored numbers, it's mirroring back. But we're finding the balance and we're flowing, right? And we're getting the unexpected shift. I got a sunstone. Yes, it's like I have so many. I can't. I have them everywhere. I'm a geek and I don't care. Um, I love them because they're first of all they're like people have opinions on all kinds of things, but at the end of the day, the earth created them. The earth created this. Look at how could you not just be in awe? It's not a building that somebody built. It is the earth in its own thing creating that. That's God. That's miracle. That's just beautiful. It's showing us every single day what it creates, and it's all created under pressure, under the rocks, under all of the dirt, under all of the things. Um, that's how it's created, just like diamonds, right? Uh, we're all diamonds. We're just rough little gems. We're owning our skills, we're learning, and we are expanding. And in that, as we're doing it, look at what we're bringing with us, right? We're meeting people aligned. They don't have to be exactly the same things, but we're meeting people that are all trying to do the same thing. And finally, we're meeting people that want to share and boost us up and celebrate us just as much as we want for them, right? We want to cheer each other on. And I have great quotes. I just say whatever comes to my mind. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. But um, I've learned that I am a pretty clear channel, and I learned um, very quickly how to process things. So if it's coming out with negative, because God is not negative, I don't care if people talk about the wrath of God. I'm gonna tell you though, there's been times when I heard God speak, and God was like, mm-mm, it's I've had enough. And literally, he said I had enough, and it wasn't for me. It was like, uh, back off. It's not your business. And that's literally what happened, because sometimes, you want to protect people from karma, and you want to protect them from the bad things, and we want to do all those things. But at the end of the day, when we do that and we step in, we take them away from learning their lessons. So in turn, we just enable them, right? And when we enable them, we hinder their lessons. So that means we stop their transition. So in turn, we are going to enact some form of karma. And when I was always praying for mercy for these people that did me dirty, okay, but I was never like, you did me dirty, so I want to punish you. I understood that hurt people. Uh, because I've also been the one that would I'd be so mad, and I'd be this boiling kettle, and then somebody would walk up to me and I just blow up on them. And then I feel like hell for days, and it wasn't even their fault. Most times, if I could, I apologized, but there were times I couldn't. And I had to sit with that guilt, right? So I understood that things, and I always had that savior, because I was trained to let people stomp on my head all the way up and kick me while I was down. And that was my job, right? And I was trained like that from a kid. And it's a shitty thing that happens, but it's true. And it took a long time to learn that that's not okay, right? Do I have an address? Yeah, of course I have an address. I'm gonna, what do you mean? Few friends to say hello for what? Oh, no. You don't gotta do that. Trust me, there's nothing that you could do or your friends that could do that God won't. And God will do it better, and you'll never have to deal with the karma, right? And if you're ever really angry and really upset and you want to do it the right way, I leave it to you, God, and I trust. And I pray that everything works out for everybody's highest, best good. And don't think for 1 second that highest, best good doesn't mean lessons come along. There's nothing that you can do or anyone else can do that's going to repay them the way God can do it, the way the universe does it. Oh, trust me. You think I don't have demons protecting me too? Okay, when people F with you so bad that they show up and they're like, what the F, right? You got to remember, when we're generational curse breakers, what that means is our ancestors, the ones that effed up, the ones that screwed up, the ones that probably were demons and all kinds of things, okay? The 7 deadly sins, all those things, those are the things, the chains that held them, that bound them. So what happens when they don't break that curse? If they're invoked, if people are calling on them or trying to pass the spirit along, that demon, that spirit is now chained, right? I must follow because they've invoked me. So what happens is, when you break that curse, you're releasing your lineage, your generation of those people. Yeah, they effed up, but I'm saying enough, and it ends with me. Okay, so when you break that curse, you release them. So now your ancestors and back for generations, okay, those people that would have been invoked and chained to the people invoking them, right? Because they're invoking that demon. You've now released them. You've released your lineage, and you've now created that protection. So do you think for 1 second that demon isn't going to be protecting your ass? They're going to be like, what? I don't have to listen to these assholes anymore? Oh, it's go time. And that's how the universe works. And that's the nicest, most blunt way to put it. I'm sure it's very much it's a little more detailed than that. But if we put it in the very simplest form, right? When you're bound to something, you're bound to it. So the moment you become unbound and you break that chain, I promise you, every single fucking thing that was bound to that point is going, oh, I love that one. I'm going to protect that one, right? I do so. All the time I talk to them. And you start to learn the voices. You start to understand. Because when you get that little spiteful, like when you hear me sometimes and I'll say stuff and I get that little spiciness and I'm a little too spicy, I'm like, okay, tone it down. Because it's like, they're like, okay, yeah, we could do some damage, right? And that's when we understand the balance. We're finding that we know we can be absolute angels. We also know we can be beasts, right? And we choose to find that balance, right? And of course, Raccoon, you're 222, that you're walking balance. So when you master that, I can't even begin to. Will CN ever try to reach out to me? I'm sorry, honey, I don't know. And I don't know who CN is. And so I don't bump into people's energy. I don't answer those kind of questions. I'm not here to tell you your future. I'm here to help you find your highest best self. So every step in the future is your best. That's what I can do. I know. Yeah. Well, we're Leos, and we're prideful. Uh, Sometimes to our own demise, but we also have, our loyalty is it's unmatched, right? And when I tell you the sunshine that we can shine, yeah, the storms we can provide, it's everything is extremes, and a lot of us are that way. And when we learn to find that balance, uh, we can smile as much as we do because we know exactly what we're capable of. And when you know what you're capable of, there's a whole nother level of, if I chose to, I could F you up. But I'm not going to do that because I know that there's reasons for what they're doing, right? It's not my job to get involved. Don't think I'm not going to speak up if some shit going on, but at the same time, when you learn that balance, that flow, which is what this is talking about, and trust me, Handhouse knows exactly what I'm talking about. There becomes this little smile, this little like, go ahead, talk your shit. Go ahead, do whatever. You ain't hurt my feelings. I know what I can do. I choose not to. And when I choose not to, that gives me that space. I'm in that peace space. I'm not letting you take me out of my peace. And I could choose to do a lot of things, but I'm not going to. That smile becomes that little, I got away with something, right? I could do a lot of things, but I'm not. And it makes you reframe the whole way you think of things, right? I'm ready to rumble. Yeah, like when I tell you we can do some damage, we didn't learn the shit that we learned the easy way, but doesn't mean we're going to do it, right? What was the question? Does Henry still have feelings for me? You got to ask Henry, honey. You got to ask Henry. Don't ask me. I don't know who he is. And if I'm peeking in his window, he ain't going to like me very much. We can't be doing that. Check in with yourself. If you want him to still have feelings for you, then have the conversation. Communication is the only way you're ever going to have trust with anybody in this world. So if you can't communicate your needs, how do you expect him to know to step up to those needs? If you love him, give him a chance, and give him a chance telling him what you actually need. Have a good day. Take care. Tell wifey we said hi, and congratulations on 1K. I'm so happy for you. Yay. And I will be there to see you later. I'm almost done this one, and I got to go too because I got to get my daughter in 10 minutes. I got to leave to get her. Okay, so 0505, unexpected shift. Divine guidance, transformation, love, serendipity, intuition, adaptability, and new opportunities. A sudden change is coming, encouraging you to follow your true passions. While it may disrupt your current path, it will lead you to where you belong, whether that's a loving relationship, your dream career, or a new location. Embrace the unexpected, trust your instincts, and welcome the opportunities that arise. Start seeing that number everywhere. You know what it means. We're letting it come to us. We're in our Empress badge. This is our Empress space, right? We've been through all the queens. We've learned how to process and understand. And now we're learning to sit back and let it come to us. That doesn't mean we don't do the work we need to do. What it means is we know we've done the work. And if there's any work that needs to be done, we know we're actively going to do it because that's just who we are. So we don't have to worry about it anymore. We just do what we got to do, and that's it. And then we sit back and we let the stuff come to us. I deserve it. I've been putting in the work. I already know it's coming. It's just a matter of time. Am I waiting for it? No, I'm going to continue sowing my seeds. I'm going to continue speaking my message. I'm going to continue sharing all the things that I want to do while I wait because it's just coming and we already know. Strength, patience, love. How are you? Hello. And we're in our Empress era. That is exactly what it is. I can't even believe the way that came out. We have been through all the queens. We balanced our emotions. We figured out how to put the action in. We figured out, we gotten our clarity. We've felt through the emotions. We've done all of the things. And in doing that, we've grounded it. We've grounded everything that we're doing. We've been through all the queens. We have now reached our Empress era where we know we've done all the work. And if there's work to be done, we know how to proceed. We're sitting in our Empress era. And that's exactly what that balance space is. Ooh, my Leos. I love that. We're letting it come to us, and we damn well deserve it. And we're patting ourselves on the back. We're celebrating ourselves. We're buying ourselves flowers. We're getting our feet done. We're buying the foot bath. We're doing those little things for ourselves that we should have done years ago. And we're loving ourselves for it. Empress era looks good on us. That's what I got to tell you. Learning to love myself. Look at it. It's the truth. I choose to see the beauty in me. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I transform my weaknesses into strength. I realize that I am a being of light and I allow myself to shine. When I tell you we have found our sweet spot and we know how to come back to it every single time, it's pretty amazing. Serenity. Through love, release, and inner work, I know peace. Oh, confirmation. I have a gentle view of life and welcome every step with confidence. I remain brave in the face of fear and have the wisdom to let the universe do its work. If that isn't confirmation on what I was just talking about, I don't know what is. We just know because we trust. We know the work we've done. We know the energy we put in. We know what we give out onto the world, to everybody, not just one person. We don't pick and choose. Even if people stress us out, we're not rude to them freaking out. We're like, we don't align. We're going to back out, right? We know how to make that space for us, and we don't let people in that space unless they're going to be beneficial. That doesn't mean that if you can't be in that space in the moment that we're going to be rude to you. It just means you don't make me feel real good right now, so I'm going to back off respectfully, and leave that space. We know the difference. We trust that everything's meant to come to us, and we trust that it's coming. We have that place of peace and serenity, and we're not giving it up for nothing. Positive thinking. My life is full of small patches of light. I direct my thoughts to that which brings me well-being. I place what is weighty for me in the hands of the universe. Little by little, the light awakens in my being, and I find serenity. These affirmations, and yet, if you want, I always used to screenshot them, but they don't have to be word for word. It's just about understanding that we know how to find that peace, and we're not ashamed of it. We're not worried what people think about it. We don't care. We just know what works for us. We know what brings us peace, and we know our actions, the love that we give, our gifts that we share, our voice that we speak, the way we treat people is a direct reflection of how we treat ourselves. So if we're treating people kindly, that doesn't mean we have to kiss somebody's ass if they're being mean to us. What it means is we need to speak up, we speak our boundaries, and then we give them the opportunity to step up or move along, right? We know our worth. We've trusted and put that effort into ourselves. I am committed to bringing forth my greatness. I will no longer play small. We're not holding out for breadcrumbs anymore. We're not letting people mistreat us. We're understanding that we deserve everything that we've asking for, and it's coming. Oh, it's coming. When I lead from a place of love, people respect me. We're not doing anything to compare. We're understanding that everything we do is from a place of love. We want the best for everybody. That doesn't mean we can provide the best for everybody, but I can certainly wish you the best. Every time an ambulance goes by, you know what I do? Immediately sending out a prayer. I send out a prayer for whatever it is to help them in their time of need. I do that because that just makes me, I know God's going to get the miracle exactly where it's got to go. So that's it, right? And it's never going to hurt speaking good words onto somebody, right? Never. All that I love is more important to me than all that I fear. And it's the truth. We just know. There gets to a place in life where no matter what happens, we just know. And we sit back and we're waiting for it. Leos, that's what we've been doing. I'm telling you, you can't even, there's not words to describe that space. And if I find them, I'll be sure to let you know what they are. But those words are something it took. I'm 44 now, so it took me a long time. I would say probably this last year, so maybe 43, was when I really started to find that space. I didn't know how to come back to it all the time. I didn't know how to get back to it, but I knew I could create it. But now I know how to get back there, and I know how to give that space. I don't know, sweetie. I don't know who Medi is, and I don't get into other people's energies. I want to show you how to communicate. So maybe you should ask. That's a really good way to do it. I can forgive people quickly, release my resentment, and set myself free. We forgive. It's for us, not for them. Okay. And yes, for them a little bit, but it's for us first. We're not carrying any other bull crap. If it's not ours, it's not our burden to bear. I wish you love, luck, all of the best things, but that's not my burden to carry. I will send a prayer for you, and that's the best I can do. I need to worry about me first. And the places where we can help, obviously we do, but we know I'll be 45 this year. Yeah. It's a 44. Do you know just that angel number all on its own is you are loved and you are worthy of being loved. Uh, and it's your solid foundations. And 8, it boils down to 8, which is abundance, infinity. It's so much goodness. This is the year for us. I can't begin to tell you. What do I need to know about my life that I don't know yet? Oh, well, the more you learn, the more you know. And that's what you need to know. You need to know how to check in with yourself, find your center, and find that balance, that place of peace that we've been working to. And when you find that, you're mastering your own life. I claim my desires, I hold great visions, and I am ready to receive. Ooh, my Leos. Hand house, what are we doing? We're in receiving mode. We've been give. And it's not like we still don't give, but we finally have learned, understood, and just completely understand that we absolutely deserve to receive. And that's a hard space. I was talking about that a little bit earlier. You get to that space and you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to overcome it. You know how to give. You know how to have people take. You know how people take advantage. But learning to receive, you feel guilt, shame, all those things. At least I did. I'm not speaking for everybody, but it came to a space where we didn't know how to do that, and it felt shameful or embarrassing or things that we didn't understand. And now we understand our worth. We're understanding that center space, that place of peace. We know how to share our story, share our gifts, share our love, without taking constantly from us or putting ourselves in the gutter. We understand our worth. We understand we are top shelf. We have always been top shelf, even when we couldn't see it. And the only difference is now that we understand we don't need somebody else's validation to make it be true. And we just sit in receiving mode. We're in a beautiful space, and I'm really excited for this year. I'm telling you, I'm excited for all of us this year, but those that have been doing the work, and my Leos, well, I know me personally, and I'm sure there's many of us, we have been doing the work, and we have had to overcome some shit. And now we're just trusting. And if I could just tell you the place of peace that I feel, the absolute joy, blissful, like almost hug to my heart. It's like, yes, you got there. And it sounds weird, but it's like if people that do it all the time are like, oh, it's whatever. But when you can get back to that space and understand how hard you work to get there, celebrate it, enjoy it, love it. What is coming is something that you have every damn right to be excited about. Leos, I'm so excited. Okay, it's safe to ask for help. People want to support me, right? Just like I was talking about receiving. We trust now. We have been putting in the work. We give. We don't have to expect it from those other people. Okay, when we give wholeheartedly. We don't give expecting to receive. We give no strings attached, right? Because we know when things are given to us, when people are boosting our channel, when they're showing up to our lives, when they're supporting and they're liking and they're loving, and when they get monetized, they're sending donations. They're not doing it for guilt. They're doing it because they love you and they want to support you. And no more, we're not feeling guilty. We're absolutely loving. We're knowing we're doing just enough. We know if there's more to be done, we will do that, but we're not going to feel guilty or ashamed. We're sitting in receiving mode, and we're excited and we're happy and we're peaceful and we're waiting for all of the joyfulness to come. all of the exciting adventure that's just going to come to us because we've done the work. All of the new friends, all of the new places, the new experiences, the amazing new content and lessons and all of the things is coming to us because we've earned it and we're loving it and we're sitting in that place. We're feeling the shift. We're absolutely feeling the shift. And it says unexpected, but I don't think it was completely unexpected. I don't think we knew when it was coming, but we had been doing the work towards this for a long time. But it's like you're expecting it to come, and all of a sudden it goes whoop, and you're like, whoa, what the hell happened? That's what's happening right now. Everything's falling into place, and it's beautiful, and it's a miracle. And I'm so proud of every single one of you that have done any of the work. And if you're not quite there yet, it doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means you're working your way there. Don't rush yourself. Enjoy the process. That's where you're at. Enjoy the process. Positive thinking, it's the space. It's it. Learn how to reclaim your power. Learn how to reclaim your power. It is yours. It's not owed to anybody, just you. I love you guys. I got to get out of here. I thank you guys so much for coming to my live. All of the love. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do another one today, but I will do 2 tomorrow for sure. I had a lot of workshops. I had a lot of stuff going on. And I'm still building a lot of stuff in the background, but where's that card? It's my complete secret for now, but when it comes out, it will be exciting. And I love you guys so much. I appreciate you more than you know. And I really got to go. I'm going to be late getting my daughter, and she's going to kick my butt. I love you guys. Thank you. Have a good day. Okay, I got to go, guys.